Greetings, R. Frederick Riddle here with another Christian news and views, and this is rather episode 181, and this is Monday, and we got some what I consider some light news today. Uh, this is Elon Musk wants to form a third party. In fact, apparently he already has. I consider this news to be on the light side. But I want to make some comment or two here. So I thought, well, this is a good opportunity at the beginning of the week. I have a lot of respect for both President Trump and Elon Musk. Probably personality wise, I wouldn't get along with either one of them. They are both type A, and I am not. But that aside, I have a lot of respect for them. Now, President Trump, in my opinion, will go down in history as one of our best presidents. He doesn't use his position to feather his nest. In fact, I know in his first term, and I don't know what he's doing in this term, but in his first term, he actually didn't take a wage. He actually donated his wage, I believe, to different charities. I think it varied from month to month as to where it went. But he didn't feather his nest. He was already rich. Nor is he after public acclaim, as the liberals probably view him. He already has a following. He's already popular, and he grows in his popularity. And the liberals literally actually help him every time they do something, try to get him, knock him off the pedestal. They actually make the pedestal bigger and greater. So he gets help from them. He didn't even ask for it. Elon Musk, he's the richest man in the world. I mean, come on. You don't get there without doing something right. He didn't get there by dumb luck. He didn't fall out of the crib one day and say, oh, I'm the richest man in the world. No, he made some right decisions, right investments, and so forth. These two men have been friends off and on. I'm not sure exactly when that friendship began, but it's been obvious when Trump ran for the second term. Musk was right there. They were side by side many a time. And they've also worked together. When Musk was put in charge of Doge, the policies of Doge are popular. And as I'll point out later on, Musk not quite so much. But this whole feud has become silly. If you might even say, some people might say it was silly from the start, but they are acting like two spoiled kids, which is understandable. They're both type A. They are men with big egos. They are men who are used to getting their own way. They are men who know how to use power, wield it, and so forth. And so it's a natural for that to happen. Now, here's the latest news: is Elon wants to start a third political party. So here it is. I'm going to read not the whole thing, but I do want to read some portions of it. Associated Press, so you know how I feel there. It's from Bridgewater, New Jersey. Elon Musk said he's carrying out his threat to form a new political party after his fissure with President Donald Trump, announcing the America Party in response to the president's sweeping tax cuts law. And Musk is continuing to talk here. When it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy, Musk said Saturday on X, the social media company he owns. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom. Asked about the effort by reporters on Sunday afternoon as he prepared to return to Washington from his home in New Jersey, Trump called Musk's proposition ridiculous, going on to tout tremendous success with the Republican Party. The Democrats have lost their way, but it's always been a two-party system, Trump added. And I think starting a third party just adds to confusion. It really seems to have been developed, but three parties have never worked. And then we get down here towards the end. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who clashed with Musk while he ran Doge, said on CNN's State of the Union on Sunday that Doge's principles were popular. But if you look at the polling, Elon was not. I imagine that those board of directors did not like this announcement yesterday and will be encouraging him to focus on his business activities, not his political activities, he said. So this brings up where my opinion comes in. First of all, I am an on again, off again Republican. I've threatened to quit the party, and sometimes I have, and just haven't renewed. Other times I have renewed. Right now, officially speaking, I don't think I am one. But whether a member or not, I lean to Republican values. I'm a conservative, a Christian conservative. Trump, on the other hand, is more of a populist conservative. And so I knew from the very beginning we were not always going to agree. Populist means it's a popular idea. Sometimes conservative ideas are not all that popular. So he's a populist conservative. And I don't know where Musk fits in on the political scene. And I've never really been interested enough to really find that out. It doesn't really matter. But this is about third parties. I agree with President Trump. Third parties rarely make a difference. Here and there, they may win a representative or senatorial seat, but that is about it. They make a point, they make an idea. Their idea may catch on fire. And one of the other parties, the Democrats or Republicans, may pick it up and run with it. But beyond that, they're kind of limited. And that is probably why I have never switched from the Republican Party. There's been some interesting conservative parties out there, but I've never pulled that. I never made that switch. Primarily because you might disagree with me on this, but I deem their possibilities as not being very strong. And they tend to take, now, in my opinion, I think they tend to take votes away from the party that they dropped out of. Now, the article said differently here. I didn't read that portion, but it's in here. So, but that's my opinion. I just don't see it as a good switch, a good move, and if I don't vote for the Republican candidate, that means that vote is going somewhere else. Now, I might vote for Donald Duck. Well, Donald Duck gets my vote. But in effect, because Donald Duck doesn't really have a chance, that vote's really going for whoever's Trump would be, the Republican would be going against. So that's my view. That's the position I've taken based on the lifetime of watching both parties at work, watching them fight, watching them win and lose elections over the period of time of my lifetime, and I've learned a lot. And so you might disagree with me on that, and go right ahead. Feel free to comment. But I can back it up with what I've seen over the years. When you refuse to vote or you vote for a third party, it is almost like voting for the party that actually wins. It's a wasted vote. Now, you can disagree. But I challenge you, if you're going to disagree, in what presidential election has that made a difference in that the person that you voted for, that third party you for, ever got elected? It's never happened. There have been representatives that have been upset, and even within the party primaries, and set aside. Somebody else is taking their place. But when you switch parties, that diminishes your power, because that third party you're going to is probably small. That's why it's a third party. And so you add to it, you help it grow, but it all comes down to, are you willing to stick with that third party for what could be decades before it really makes an impact? Most people don't. And that's why those third parties get in a certain rut and tend to stay there. Now, there are arguments for joining the third parties, issues. There's issues, there's personalities involved, things like that. But to do so out of spite, no, that's not one of them. But just because you have an argument with somebody doesn't mean you go to another party. You don't have to fellowship with that person. You don't have to agree with that person, but you stay within the party. If you want to have an impact, when you want to change things, the best way to change things in a party is to stay in that party. Outside of the party, your influence really drops off. There must be a reason, a good principle involved for you to switch parties. So I really don't expect this third party, the America Party, to accomplish much or be around very long. You don't build a party on the basis of anger or pride. So hopefully, I'll be interested to see any comments coming in on this. But that's my take. That's my understanding of what's going on. And I don't really know how committed Musk is to this third party. Again, like I said here, the one man said, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said that principles are popular, but if you look at the polling, Elon was not. He does not have a strong popular feeling. And what he did, a lot of what he did was necessary. But sometimes the person who has to carry that big stick, they pay a price in popularity. And Elon has done that. And so he would, if he's thinking about himself running for office, I think he might want to reconsider that. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy watching this podcast. And I hope you subscribe to it. If you're not, I invite you to do so. Just subscribe to the channel. It's let's see, we're right about there. And the what you click on there, you get in my channel, TR Independent Books, and you get the different podcasts that I put out there, and you have access to them. And that's one of the things that encourages me. When you encourage me, that makes it all the more stronger, my motive. I want to do three things, and you've heard me say it before. I want to inform you, I want to encourage you, and I want to inspire you. Now, that's my goal. Do I succeed in doing any of those things? Well, that's your call, not mine. You get to make that choice. And by subscribing, you're telling me, oh, yeah, you at least stir my thoughts. You get me thinking about things. And that's all I really want to do is get you to think about things and other than what the papers are telling you to think. They're slanted. They mix opinion with facts and then present it to you as fact. This, I try to divide it up. There's the news and then there's my opinion. And you're free to disagree with my opinion or agree with it. Well, that's it for today. And I hope that you have a great day. And I will see you in the next episode.